Do you guys ever just get into one of those moods where you just wanna, hold on a second, gotta get them views. Do you ever just get, by the way, sorry, I'm like a squirrel. I'm all over the fucking place. Also, 1 minute left on my SD card. Be right back. Okay, so I got my hair done today. It's like a dark ash blonde color. What do you guys think? I think it like kind of accentuates my eyes and my skin tone. I thought maybe the bleach blonde was just a little bit too, I don't know. So I figured today we would sit down and grab your soup and let's chat. I feel like everybody spills the tea or eats their pizza. This soup is not hot enough. I'm putting it back in the microwave. All right. Is this soup hot enough yet? Oh, it's hot. It's hot enough. I'm so creepy. Yummy. I love soup. But why are there fucking mushrooms in this soup? Like, who the fuck okayed that in the kitchen? So I know I might seem really happy and bubbly in this video today, but I really want to discuss a serious topic because it is something that has been kind of going on for the past couple of years on and off, and it has been a pretty frightening situation. The situation is mostly over. I at least hope so. In my mind it is, but who the fuck really knows? This person pops back into my life like constantly, and it's gotten to the point where like I've had to go to a lawyer, I've had to go to court to try to get a protective order. And the reason why I didn't want to talk about it earlier while it was going on is because I didn't want to add fuel to the fire, and I was kind of scared to talk about it. But I think that at this point I have taken enough protective measures for myself and my family. So basically this started about 3 or 4 years ago when I broke up with my ex-boyfriend. I'm not gonna really talk too much about him. When we broke up, we had been together for almost 4 years. It was an extremely mentally abusive relationship. He was not good to me. Let's just put it that way. He was quite awful. He did some really terrible things to me. I'm not gonna go into it, but I will just let you guys know that that relationship like scarred me and even my family for a while. And he has his own side of the story. I think that he has some kind of like mental illness. Like if you were to ask him his side of the story, he would tell you he did nothing wrong, but I'm telling you guys from my point of view and my family's point of view, he was extremely emotionally abusive. And my mother even told me that before my father passed away, he was like, I really hope she dumps that guy. And even his family like felt bad for me at one point. Like, what are you doing with him? Like he's crazy. He's like not good for you. So I broke up with him, and I was at a low point in my life as well, but I was trying to help myself and also help him at the same time. And I realized at one point that I couldn't support two people and also help myself. So he was just like a toxic entity in my life that I needed to get rid of. So at the time I paid him $2,000 to move out of our apartment, and I offered to give him all of the furniture. So I gave him like 2 months to move out, and during that time I went back to Connecticut, and I also went to Europe to visit my family in Czech Republic. And during that time I guess he found a roommate situation, and with the money that I had given him he was able to move out of the apartment, and I came back in January and he was gone at that point. So whew, that was a relief. I was very, very relieved to have him out of my life. I was not sad. I did not mourn the relationship, and I wasn't treating it as like a breakup. It was kind of like a new start, a fresh beginning, and I had never felt so happy to be rid of somebody from my life, because it was like a huge weight had been lifted off of my shoulders. But unfortunately it was not the same for him, because for him he lost somebody who kind of like provided for him, and you know, I would always take him out, I'd buy him clothes. Like I pretty much was like the only person that really took care of him. And I'm not even eating my soup. What the fuck? So over the next 3 years, he would pop in and out of my life. And there were times where I thought, okay, well, maybe we can be friends. Like maybe we can salvage something out of this. But time and time again, I'd let him in, I'd be friendly with him, I'd be cordial, and then he'd snap and freak out on me and call me names and be abusive towards me, and then I'd have to block him. And I think this happened like 2 or 3 times, and eventually I said, okay, this is crazy, this is fucking nuts, I can't deal with this. So I permanently blocked him on everything. But of course he found loopholes. He found other ways to contact me. And each time I begged him to please leave me alone. And it got kind of bad about a few months ago. I started receiving really strange messages. I had somebody comment on one of my Instagram photos, something like burn in hell, or I don't know. And it was on a picture of Frank and me, I think. And so I knew it was him, and it was like a fake Instagram name that he had created to comment on that. And then I remember the day I got back from St. Martin with my ex-boyfriend, Anwar, or Brad, I got 2 emails in my inbox from him, both like paragraphs long, saying like, I've changed, I need you back, when are you gonna come back to California, like when are you moving back, like all this like fucked up, like creepy ass shit, like what the fuck, dude? Like, it's been 3 years. Like, why are you emailing me? And I decided to ignore it because I thought that the best way to deal with someone that's like behaving crazy is to just ignore them. Don't give them any attention because that just gives them power over you. And then a couple days later, my mom calls me and she's like, why is your ex-boyfriend liking my pictures on Facebook? And I'm like, I don't know, just ignore it, Mom, like don't worry about it, it's not a big deal, like he's just, I don't know, maybe he just stumbled upon your Facebook or something. And she's like, okay, so she just dropped it. And then I went back to Connecticut a couple days later to spend some time with her, and I was on her phone and a message pops up on her messenger on Facebook, and it's from my ex-boyfriend, and it says, I know you love me, you wish your daughter ended up with me. Like, literally, I got chills, like, my heart dropped, I was freaking the fuck out, like, why won't this guy just, like, leave me alone? And I didn't know what to do, but I've saved all of the messages, so then I decided to unblock him on my Facebook and message him once and for all, and to finally, like, put an end to this, to tell him, like, please stop doing this, I am going to a lawyer with, like, all of the screenshots, everything, and like I will take legal action against you. I tried to talk to him, and then he was just like, but I just want to talk to you, I just want to be friends. So I tried to play nice with him just to like coerce him into leaving me alone, but then he legitimately flipped out. Like he sent like, I think like 50 messages. It was like him bashing his fucking fists on a keyboard or something. It was insane, you guys, insane. I mean, I showed my friend Lexi the messages he sent me, and she got chills, and she was like, this is some like scary fucking shit. Like, this guy is nuts. And like, I was terrified. On top of that, got a phone call from one of his friends saying that he was talking about moving back to the East Coast. And that really, really scared me, because then he'd be closer to me, and I don't know what he's capable of. I don't know if he's on drugs. I don't know like what his mental state is. It's just really fucking scary. And I don't know what to do about it anymore. I just wanted to talk about that with you guys on here, because I feel like I have enough privacy on Patreon that I could discuss these things with you guys. But yeah, I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. I don't think this is something I'm gonna upload onto my YouTube channel. Maybe I'll briefly talk about it in a video or something, but honestly, I don't see any good coming out of it. But it feels good to be able to talk about it, and a couple months have gone by. He has not reached out, so I feel good. I feel safe. And also I need to bring up that I've been working on my credit, on improving my credit for the past year, and I finally got my credit up past like 620, and I was so proud of myself for like improving my credit score. And then a couple weeks ago I checked my credit score online and it went down like 40 points. It was like insane. And I looked, and of course it was because of a car payment. And the reason why is because when we initially moved to California, he didn't have a car, and I helped him get a car by co-signing. And that was the biggest mistake of my life, because now I have to pay for that every fucking day. Like, I don't pay for the car. He's currently, I don't know, he's like behind on payments or something, and it's really affecting my credit score. And if the car gets repossessed or he crashes it, like, I am so fucking screwed. Like, I won't be able to buy a house. Like, this breakup happened 3 years ago. We dated for 4 years, and I've been over him for a long time, and it still comes back to bite me in the ass to this day. It is still affecting me, and it just like goes to show that sometimes relationships can really fuck up your life. Hopefully one day I will never have to hear his name or hear from him or hear about anything pertaining to him. But now, even 3 years later, I still have to deal with this bullshit, and it sucks, guys. It sucks. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hope you like my hair. I love you, and thank you for supporting me on my Patreon.